when you're talking about that hard training, what does that look like in a given week or a month when ADCC isn't on the docket?
I think, let's talk about mindset first. I think, and this is just a little titch on mindset. One, you don't come to training and not expect to not go hard. Did I say that right? You come to training, you expect to go hard.
Yes.
Okay? And that doesn't mean every training is going to be super crazy. There's a lot where it's like you're learning how to adapt under pressure. You're learning how to use different tools under pressure, because you're right. To go 100% in one aspect, in like explosiveness and speed, to go 100% every day is not realistic.
Right.
There are different things you can go 100% in every day. Like some days maybe you're more technically sharp. Some days maybe you're more explosive. Some days you really have good speed and agility. And you can balance your 100% in that way. I think, training 100% is not super realistic. And you're just going to have bad days. And that's part of it. And you can't have the expectation that you're just never not, unless you're just not going to come and train on those days.
Yeah, I mean, the mindset of an athlete is it's a wild thing, because you have to stay sharp mentally and physically, and I think sometimes when you're feeling the physical, when the physicality starts to bang you up, and it can affect that mentality or how you see training. But when you're in there, you are a dominant force, right? In terms of your ability, the weight class that you're in, right? How do you find effectiveness with your training partners within the gym? Because you said something, I heard in an interview that I thought was really cool, talking about basically in essence of not leaving the temptation for high skilled athletes to leave their training facility and go elsewhere. And you're saying that it's better to stay in the academy and teach your training partners how to beat you so that you're forced to become better. So how do you instill those values while regulating this variance in it?
Yeah, it's definitely a balance for sure, and I think I would accredit a lot of it to my coach. My coach is very good at recognizing what skills and what potential each student has and bringing those out. So I may not have like two other people who are like, my size, my age, my weight, high level, but I do have a mix of teammates who each have one or two things that they specialize in, that they're very good in. And I can bounce around between working with this guy with what he's really good at, and then I can help him on his weaknesses, and then this guy and work with him on his weaknesses, and I can get a balance between all my training partners. My coach is really good at noticing like who's got really good skills, and he's not afraid to grab somebody who's not a competitor and be like, hey, come over here, you want to train? And they're usually like, yeah, sure. And they jump in. Like, there's several guys who are not competitors that I get to train with who also help push the pace, and they get to take breaks as their body needs. So I think I'd credit a lot of this to my coach, but I think you can recognize and develop really good traits in each of your teammates, and why wouldn't you want to?